So back on the old square body 87 Chevy that has the Hemi in it. Got some new parts in. The dash is coming along okay. I haven't worked on it the past few days, been too busy, but got the bumper in today. It's a 2017 Chevy bumper. It fits pretty good, amazingly. I've seen people use these, but I didn't know how well it would fit on this truck. Still have to drill some holes for the park sensors, and also I think I'm gonna put the backup camera in this thing. But at the moment, the bed's about inch out of level, so I have to lift it up. Once we get it all lifted up, put that tailgate back on there and really fit that bumper. Once the bumper's fit on there, I'm gonna start tearing the bed off of it and the whole back end of it. Get the paint work done on this thing. Finally get it all done and clear coated, because we had that disaster last time about 4 months ago. The paint messed up, but we're gonna get it done and get it on the road, because a lot of truck shows are coming up and I'd really like to take it to one this year. First thing to do is finish bolting these tailgate things up. I forget how hard these are to get in there because they sure don't want to fit. So it's not perfectly level, but both of them are on there. I mean, it's level, but not perfectly level. We ain't going for perfect just yet. Once we put it back together, we'll make sure it's perfectly square and ready to go, but there's still kind of a lean in it. I don't want this thing to be tooted, but looks like it's leaning a little bit. Might be because it has a leveling kit in the front and the back suspension's a little messed up. But once I get a lift kit or just put new factory springs in there, it should be pretty good, but I want it to be perfect, so we'll figure out what to do there. Gonna set the tailgate up here, put some tape on it so it don't fall off of there and dent it to pieces, and start fitting the bumper to see how it fits and see if it just looks terrible. I mean, there we go. Looks like Harbor Freight for the win again, because they were just about perfectly where it needs to be, it looks like. At least where I can see where it's hidden. Rubbing a little bit right there. A little bit right, ooh, really little. Over here what's killing me. Crap. Might do a little trimming to make that fit right. Really hangs out the bottom there. And that's nowhere near far enough up yet. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, that bottom piece needs to be even with the tailgate. I wonder why that bed's so much wider. I figured it wouldn't be no narrower than the new truck. That's where it needs to be, but looks like. So the bumper now fits on the truck. I got it all tore apart over here. It's in like a million pieces across the shop, but I'm gonna cut some holes here and here for the rear park sensors. Also have the backup camera right here I'm about to throw in the thing. Just have to cut a hole with probably the plasma cutter, then grind it out. Bodywork it because you can see there's a bunch of dents in it. Over here, it's gonna look like I went backwards, but sanded the whole side of the bed down. On this side again, because there was a low spot through here. Also up here along the body line, there were some low places and I wanted to get rid of them. And also down through here, there was a couple low places. Still have to finish blocking that. I shot this with guide coat one last time, I hope. Should have already been in paint today, but needed to do this again just to make sure the truck's perfect. Over here, have to block this whole side down, wet sand it, and see if there's any low spots. I think this side's a lot better than the other one, at least I hope. I don't want to have to keep body working this thing. The tailgate fits now. We are a little bit high over here, but we'll fix that. The new tailgate parts finally made it here. They're at the other place though, so have to get them tomorrow. But the radiator did show up. It went from New Jersey, then it went to California, then it came back here to Arkansas. I don't really know why it did, but I hope it ain't all beat today. And just like that, the radiator's in there. It fits the truck pretty good. It is a lot thicker than the factory ones. It's a good probably half an inch thicker, so it makes it a lot closer to the clutch fan, if I can ever think of it. I don't need these transmission coolers. I'll just leave them plugged. I really don't know what this right here is. I think it might be a filler for the transmission cooler, or maybe I don't really know what it is, honestly. If you know what it is, put that down there in the comments so I don't have to Google it. But the radiator hose for the Dodge actually fits this radiator. I didn't know if it would or wouldn't, but it slid right on there. Now the bottom one, I'm not too sure on. I still have to somehow get this piece of plastic out of there because it's stuck in there pretty good, but I think it'll hook right up there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use the factory electric fan. Not even sure if I need it really. These Hemis normally run pretty cool, and this radiator's probably overkill for this engine in here just because it's just a factory engine. But around here, I'll get back to sanding this, then go back over there and block, well, I might block sand that side out first. Still have to decide. I hate sanding Bondo though. Tomorrow I'll be throwing the front bumpers on this. Well, not tomorrow, but the next day be throwing the front bumpers on this thing. The tail lights are finally in. They took a long ride from Canada to make it here, but once they get here, I'll do a video about that and putting them in. They're kind of expensive, but I hope they're, everyone says they're good tail lights, so I really hope they're what everyone says they are, because they're like 300 bucks for a set of tail lights, but I guess they're worth it if it makes the truck worth more. So it's now time to block this whole side out on this truck. I did the other side yesterday. Well, no, yeah, yesterday I think it was, the day before. And as you can see, there's some spots on the paint like through there that it delaminated for some reason, and I want rid of all that paint off of this truck so we don't have any problems. And also it looks like we got a lot of low spots on this side. Oh boy. I thought the other side was bad. This one might be worse even. Yeah, there's already, this whole area is low. I don't know how I ever missed all that. Oh boy. Glad I didn't just leave it. That would suck. Yep. A lot of low spots. A lot of low spots. As you can see, almost this whole panel has probably 1, 2, 3, about 4 or 5 good low spots in it that would have really showed up in the paint. Luckily, the paint messed up, I guess. No one just painted it and never known about that. Clear coated, it has the first layer clear on it. There's a few pieces of trash in the paint. Well, the clear coat, gonna have to sand them out, then re-clear it. There's gonna be 2 or 3 more layers of clear coat. I do have to say though, this truck is really, really straight. I did take a lot of extra time to do the body work to make sure it would be completely perfect. But today we got to cut the holes in this bumper. They're marked out here somewhere. They're here and here. You might not be able to see them. The lighting in here is just terrible. I also have to cut a hole right here for the park sensor, not the park sensor, the backup camera. Park sensors go here, 2 in each side. This is a 2019 late model bumper. I think it'll look pretty good on this truck. The front bumper's gonna wait because I have no clue how to make it work, and I really don't want to weld all these holes in today. So we'll just put that on the back burner for now. Tailgate, it is in base coat, but since it's been laying around here for about 5 months, it's got a couple scratches and dinks in it, so I'm gonna have to sand it down, then re-base coat it, and I'll also probably primer it. Right here it's been bent. Don't know how that really happened, but when things lay around, that happens. So I'm gonna get to drawing these lines out for these, get back to you guys as soon as I got the holes in it, and try to fit the park sensor. So the park sensor holes are now where they're supposed to be. All these fit in there. That one's stuck in there because the hole's a little bit too tight. I did get all this sanded out. The bumper's pretty straight except for here, here, and a few other places, but I'll block all that out. Get a coat of primer on it. The tailgate's all body worked out. The only thing that really had to be fixed was on this corner right here, and down at the bottom it had a dent in it. But other than that, everything on this is good. About to shoot this in primer, prime the spot on that tailgate where it needs it, then base coat it. Then we'll get back over here on the truck. Once this is base coated and ready, I'll clear coat the truck 2 more or 3 more times, and we'll start putting the truck bed back on it and start bolting everything down. Then get into the dash and all this, because I still have to finish building the dash in it and finishing up the wires, because some of them are hanging there and some of them aren't. So the rear bumper's now all shod and base coat. All the park sensor holes are cut, primered, everything like that. The truck bed's still setting as it was earlier, but most of the clear coat's done on it and about to put it back together. That'll be in the next video. Hopefully next time you see this truck, the bed will be on this. Well, the next video we'll put the bed on this thing and get the doors body worked out. Hopefully get the dash, start working on it next week, and hopefully get the truck put together and get the interior in it.